Hi there, and welcome back to Paws and Pawsitivity. I'm Jamie Watkinson-Harvey, your certified dog trainer and host of this podcast. And whether you're listening whilst out on a walk with your pup or curled up together on the sofa, I'm really glad that you're here. Now, if you've tuned into one of my previous episodes, you'll know that we talked all about the vagus nerve, about what it actually is, what it doesn't do, and why the whole reset trend just isn't the magic fix some corners of the internet are claiming it to be. And look, I know how tempting it is to reach for anything that promises instant calm, especially if your dog struggles with anxiety, reactivity, or just finds the world a bit much sometimes. But here's the thing. While rubbing ears won't rewire the nervous system, there are truly effective, science-backed ways we can help our dogs feel safer, more grounded, and more emotionally regulated. And that's what this episode is all about. What actually works when it comes to helping dogs relax, not just momentarily, but in a way that builds long-term emotional resilience. So I want to return briefly to the idea of touch, because it's not wrong to say that touch can have an effect on the dog's nervous system. And it absolutely can, but only if the dog actually wants to be touched in that way, and only if we do it with intention, respect, and understanding. Now, that's where something called the Tellington TTouch comes in. If you've never heard of it, it's a gentle, mindful way of using body work and movement to help dogs feel calmer and more connected to their bodies. It was developed by Linda Tellington Jones, and TTouch isn't about fixing behavior. It's about offering safe, soft input to the body that can support relaxation, reduce tension, and help with focus. What I love about it is that it's not just about what we do to the dog, it's about reading their signals, slowing down, and really working in partnership. It's subtle but powerful. I've used it with anxious rescue dogs, older dogs with aches and pains, and younger pups just learning to trust touch. And you know what? The difference in their body language, even after a few minutes, can be remarkable. And of course, it's not a do this once and your dog is cured kind of thing. It's part of a bigger picture, but it's a beautiful, gentle tool to have in that picture. Now, let's talk about something that gets overlooked in a lot of these quick fix trends, and that's structure. For many dogs, especially those who are easily overwhelmed, life can feel chaotic. One day it's a quiet walk, the next is a toddler on a scooter, loud lorry, or a surprise dog around the corner. That unpredictability takes its toll. So one of the kindest things we can do is create routines that feel safe and consistent. And this doesn't mean being rigid or boring, but it does mean thinking about your dog's day from their point of view. Are walks happening at roughly the same time? Are they being asked to interact with unpredictable situations too often? Do they know what's expected of them? And this is something I really focused on with Reggie, our lovely Staffy, when he first came to live with us. His background meant that the world felt scary and uncertain, but we kept things predictable, gave him time to decompress, and slowly layered in positive associations. That's what built trust. Not a single magical moment, but many small, reliable ones. And one of the easiest, most accessible ways to help your dog regulate is something you're probably already doing, maybe just not intentionally yet. And I'm talking about sniffing. Letting your dog use their nose taps into a part of their brain that's designed to process and interpret the world. When we give them the freedom to sniff, especially on walks, we're giving them a form of decompression. It's like mindfulness for dogs. Research has shown that sniffing reduces heart rate and promotes calm. It's not about getting the miles in, it's about giving their brain the chance to settle. So next time you're out with your dog, try slowing down. Give them permission to explore a central fully. and you might be surprised how much more relaxed they are afterwards. And if anyone asks why you're spending 5 minutes by a lamppost, well, just tell them it's neuroscience. Another practical tool that beats any reset trend is enrichment. And I don't mean just popping some kibble into a cardboard box and saying, there you go. I mean tailoring your dog's enrichment to their breed, temperament, and preferences. So Frenchies like Onyx and Penny, my two little shadows, they love food-based games. And for Reggie, scent work and low-impact physical activities are more his thing. The point is, enrichment should offer mental stimulation that's rewarding, not just exhausting. Overloading your dog with tasks can tip them over the edge just as easily as boredom can. And a good rule of thumb is if your dog finishes the activity and settles calmly, you've nailed it. If they get more wired, it might be time to simplify. And one thing that does rarely get discussed enough is co-regulation, how our own emotional state affects our dogs. When we're tense, they pick up on it. When we're calm, grounded, and patient, it helps them feel the same. That doesn't mean you have to fake being zen all of the time, but being aware of your own breathing, posture, and tone of voice can help you both. Sometimes the best thing that you can do for a stressed out dog is sit quietly, slow your breathing, and just be with them. No agenda, no fix-it energy, just presence. It's slow magic, but it's real. So if you're still seeing all those viral posts about resetting your dog's nervous system with a finger waggle or a particular ear stroke, just remember this. Relaxation is a whole body, whole life experience. It's not found in a shortcut. It's built in daily moments of connection, safety, and trust. And you don't have to do it alone. Whether you explore TTouch, work with a force-free trainer, or simply start offering more choice, enrichment, and calm presence, you are helping your dog regulate. No magic tricks are required. And that's it for today's episode of Paws and Pawsitivity. And I hope that this has given you some practical ways to help your dog feel calmer and more secure. Not just today, but in the long run. You're doing the right thing by seeking out knowledge that's grounded, kind, and based in what dogs actually need to feel safe. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if this episode was helpful, I would love it if you can give the podcast a positive rating, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. It's your support that helps us to reach more dog lovers and keeps the positive message going. Until next time, take care and give your pup a big hug from me. Woofity woof!